Hello YouTube, and welcome back to another day with the one and only Billy J.
If God had a name, what would it be, and would you call it to his face? If you were faced with him in all his glory, what would you ask if you had just one question?
So when we left off, Abram was in the plain of Mamre building an altar for God. He still doesn't have tons of babies, and he still doesn't have the kingdom. However, something is going on in the world. We've got like a world war going on between these guys and these guys. I don't want to butcher any of these biblical names, so I'll just refer to them as the king of whatever kingdoms. So the king of Elam is like the leader of the Axis powers. Now he and his boys are going around killing people and just plain people up. Now this world war comes to a head at the Vale of Siddim, which is full of slime pits. Now the kings of Sodom and Gomorrah flee their towns and go hide in these slime pits. And the people of these towns are left to fend for themselves, and they go hide in a mountain. So the king of Elam and his boys come down and swoop up all the people and take them hostage. So now, if you remember Lot, which is Abram's nephew, he was chilling out in the city of Sodom, or outside of the city of Sodom. Well, being in that vicinity, he got taken hostage. So now Lot is a POW. So luckily a POW that knew Lot and his relationship with Abram escaped the POW camp. Now this escaped POW went and found Abram in the plain of Mamre and told Abram about Lot's situation. So Abram gathers all his trained servants and arms them up. So I guess Abram needed some protection back then, so he had 318 trained killers. His own personal army just hanging around protecting him and his family. I guess he was afraid the Egyptians were going to come back and take Sarai away from him or something. So with Abram being the great military tactician and great general, rounded up his troops and tracked down exactly where Lot was being held captive. So they tracked them down in the prison camp of Dan. So being a smart guy, Abram knew that he was probably outnumbered. So he waited till the middle of the night and gathered up his 318 trained servants and went into the camp in the middle of the night to start slaughtering the captors. So a great battle ensued, and the captors were chased out of the prison camp and escaped to a place called Hobah, which is to the left of Damascus. So because of this, Abram becomes the celebrated war hero. So when the king of Sodom comes back from his battle, which officially ends the world war because he won the battle of the Valley of Shaveh, where he and his boys slaughtered all the kings of the Axis powers, thus ending the world war. So on his way back, the king of Sodom hears this glorious story of the war hero Abram and wants to celebrate. So they hold this great ceremony so that all the kings can celebrate the heroics of Abram. One of the kings at the ceremony was the king of Salem. And it just so happened that the king of Salem was also a high priest. So this high priest slash king of Salem blessed Abram. So the king of Sodom comes up to Abram and congratulates Abram on his great battle and everything. But the king kind of has to put Abram in his place because he is the king. So he tells Abram, "Give me all the people back that you liberated from this prison camp, and you can have all the stuff that you took from the camp." He says, "You can have all your war trophies and loot. Just give me the people." So in response, Abram, being the holy God that he is, and the golden child in God's eyes, he tells the king, "I have sworn to the God of heaven and earth that I won't take anything that does not belong to me. The only thing that I ask is for enough food for me and my men to eat, and for me to leave with the people that I brought in. So the Bible doesn't really specify, so we're left to assume that Abram and Lot and all the trained servants that Abram brought to the battle were all let to go back to wherever they were going. So we will continue next time with the continuation story of Abram, where he finally has some babies, which brings an interesting situation. So leave comments down below on why you think this world war was going on, and any other questions that you may have about the story of Abram. So remember, peace, love, unity, respect. Peace out, guys.